Hi, boys and girls. We are ready to start Chapter 7. We're going to be comparing numbers, and I have some symbols to help us with that. Of course, we know what equal to means. If we have equal numbers, they're the same number on each side. Like 20 would equal 20. Or when you did the different ways to show a number, you would have like 34 equals 34 equals 34. I also have this symbol called greater than. And you can see it has alligator teeth because it wants to eat the larger number. And this one is called less than. So the smaller number will go on this side, and the greater number that the mouth wants to eat goes on the other side. So let me demonstrate what those symbols look like before we start our math lesson. So if I had the number 35 here, and I had 35 here, well, I would use my symbol equal. But let's say I have 35 over here and 32 here. Well, we know 35 is a greater number. The mouth wants to eat the greater number. But if I put 32 over here and 35 over here, well, now the mouth is going to turn the other way to eat the greater number. So we call this one less than. This is less than this number. And this one is greater than. So today, for a lesson 7.1, we're going to work with greater than. So let's start with an example on the front. So we have tens and ones on the front. I'll split our board up here. And it's split in half here. And at the top, they want us to do the number 56. So I'm going to put a 5 in the tens and a 6 in the 1 for 56. I'm going to make 5 sets of 10 and 6 ones over here. And then down here they want me to show the number 65. So now I'll do 6 sticks and 5 ones. And then I want to decide which number is the greater number. Well, I first would start by looking at the tens place, and I know that I have more sticks here than this number. 65 would be greater, so I would write it like this. 65 is greater than, the mouth is opening toward the greater number, than 56. So that's the first page of your lesson. If you move on to the next page, at the top they show you some examples of numbers that are greater than other numbers. At the top they show you a set of 2 sticks and 5 ones. And they have the number 25 here. And on the other side, we have 17, 1 stick and 7 ones. And we know that 25, look, there are more sticks here, is going to be greater than the 17. Then the next example shows 17 over here. And then we have the number 15 over here. Well, this time, I can't look at the tens place. My sticks are the same. So if the tens place is the same, then I have to look at the ones place. And I see I have more ones here. 7 is more than 5. So the mouth is going to want to eat the 17. So now as we go through, we have to decide, are we looking at the tens or ones, and which number is greater? So our number 1, we have the 2 numbers. We have 62. And we have the number 65. And then we have to decide, are we going to look at the tens or the ones? And then what is greater than what? And then we have the numbers with the mouth opening to the greater number. So let's fill it in. Let's look. Well, first we always check the tens, and the tens are the same. So now we have to look at the ones. We have a 2 and we have a 5. We're looking at the ones. The 5 is definitely more than the 2. So we say 65 is greater than 62. We put the bigger number where the mouth is going to eat it, and the smaller number on the other side. So now let's just erase these parts, and we can do the same thing with the other numbers. So our next 2 numbers that we have 84 and 48. First we have to decide, are we going to look at the tens or the ones? We always check the tens first. We have an 8 in the tens place here, and a 4 in the tens place here. We're checking the tens, and we know 8 is more than 4. So 84 is the greater number. It's greater than 48. The mouth goes towards the bigger number. 84 is greater than 48. We're down to number 3. Changing our number spots again. And we'll write the word tens back up here. Number 3, we have the number 72 and the number 70. Well, checking the tens, they're the same. So now we need to look at the ones place. We have a 2 and we have a 0. 2 is more than 0. So 72 is greater than 70. The mouth is opening up to the larger number. 72 is greater than 70. We have a couple more like this. Let's try now to number 4. And decide, are we looking at the tens or the ones place? Now we have the number 57 and the number 75. Well, first we check the tens, and they are different. We have a 5 here and a 7 here. 7 is greater, so 75 is greater than 57. Our mouth opens toward the 75. 75 is greater than 57. We have one more like this. Let's fill in this one. And decide if we need the tens or ones. Our next one, we have 94 and 98. Well, the tens are the same, so now we have to look at the ones place. And an 8 would be more ones than a 4. So 98 is greater than 94. The mouth is opening to the large number. 98 is greater than 94. Now we have some story problems to move on to. Let's do our cheer. Story problems. Oh, yes, we can do them. Listen to this story. Pam and Jake play a game for points. Pam's points are 1 10 and 6 ones. 1 10 6 ones for Pam. So her number would be 16. Jake's, oh, we should put Pam's name here. Jake's points. Jake has 1 1 and 6 tens. So 6 tens. 1 1. He has the number 61. That's Jake's. So now we have to decide who has the greater points. We'll look at the tens place here. Definitely Jake has the greater number of points. 61 would be greater than 16. Let's move to number 7. The story problem number 7 says, John has 51 cards and Paul has 32. So John has 51 cards and Paul has 32. Now we need to pick for George. George has a number of cards greater than Paul, so it's going to be a number bigger than 32, but less than John. So we can pick any number from 32 to 51. We could pick 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, or 50. Any of those numbers are greater, they're more than 32, but less than 51. Go ahead and turn to your last page there. And you have some balloons. And it says we need to look for the balloons and color the ones that are greater than 56. So 56 is smaller. What is greater than them? I'm looking around. I see a 46. 46 is not greater than 56. 59, that balloon would be greater, so you would color that one. 110 and 6 ones. So I'm going to draw these other balloons here. We're going to color this one, so I'll just make a little color around the 59. We didn't color the 46. and we didn't color the 16. The next one is 100. We know 100 is definitely greater because there's 10 tens instead of 5. So we color the 100. We have a balloon with an 80. So we look and there's 8 tens that's more than 5. So we color the 80. We have a 50. We look at the ones now, that's less, so we don't color the 50. Over here it says 1 1 and 6 tens, which would actually be 61. 1 1 and 6 tens. Look at the tens, it's greater, color the 61. There is also a 52 down here. We can't look at the tens place, so we look at the ones that's less, don't color that one. And we have a 65. And we look at the 10, 6 is more than 5, so we color that one. So we should have colored 59, 100, 80, the 1 10 and 6, 1 1 and 6 tens, which is 61, and the 65. Now we have some things to answer, true or false, or yes or no. Let's write those up here. So we have 37 is greater than 43. Let's think about that and decide if it's yes or no. There's our things to bubble in. 37 greater than 43. Well, let's look at our tens. 4 is more than 3. That one has to be a no. So we will bubble in no. The next one. 41 is greater than 39. Well, look at the tens first. A 4 is more than a 3, so that one we would bubble in yes, that is true. Our next one has the mouths. And we have a mouth opening towards the 48, and we have a 52 here. Look at the tens place. 5 is more than that, so that one has to be another no. That is not true. And our last one, we have 86 is greater than 68. So we have to decide yes or no for that one. Well, let's look at our tens. 8 is more than 6. The mouth is opening to the greater number, and that one is yes. So today we worked on greater than, the mouth wanting to open to the bigger number. Tomorrow we'll work on less than.